This heavy two-piece rig has some kind of metal spikes on it. Google image search was unhelpful, jumping between backpack straps, parachute rigs, and Ukrainian paratrooper gear. What is it? This is a tree-climbing boot spike, or a climbing spur, also known as a gaff. These are used by arborists and utility linemen to climb wooden poles or large trees that do not have branches for handholds. The device consists of a metal frame that straps to the lineman's lower leg and boot. A sharp metal spike, the gaff, projects from the inside of the foot. The climber uses these spikes to dig into the wood of the pole or tree, allowing them to ascend by repeatedly setting their spikes and using a safety harness or belt around the pole. Found while moving in, this is a kind of double rollable Silverish foil in a heavy casing. It came with a transporting bag and 2 sticks. The silver foil rolls out for about 2 meters. The finder thought it might be for professional pictures or videos. What is it? This is a roll-up banner stand, but it's missing the printed banner. These are very common for trade shows, presentations, and retail displays. The heavy casing is the base, which contains a spring-loaded mechanism. A large, printed vinyl or fabric banner would be attached to the roller inside. To set it up, you would pull the banner up out of the base and support it with a collapsible pole, the 2 sticks. What you have is the stand mechanism itself, but without anything printed on the blank silver foil material. This stainless steel triangle is on the back of a kitchen sink cabinet door. What is it for? This is a simple but clever type of towel hanger. It is designed to hold a kitchen towel or a dishcloth. You use it by simply pushing a corner of the towel into the slit or the central V shape of the hanger. The design of the hanger, often with a rubber or silicone grip inside the slit, wedges the corner of the towel and holds it securely in place. To remove the towel, you just pull it out. It's a minimalist and space-saving way to hang a towel inside a cabinet door. Found in a network infrastructure warehouse, this is a copper-like belt of small screws. The screws don't fall off the belt because of a cylindrical tube that dangles on the screw but can't be removed. The finder guesses the belt can be loaded into a specialized tool. The guess is correct. This is a connector belt for wiring terminals, designed to be used in a semi-automated crimping tool or machine. The components on the belt are likely screw terminals for a DN rail terminal block or a similar electrical connector. The belt feeds these terminals into the tool one by one, allowing a technician to quickly and efficiently terminate a large number of wires in a control panel or a junction box. The Alltech Corporation model shown in the link is a similar, modern example of these collated connectors used for industrial wiring. House sitting for a French friend, the finder saw this small cloth bag with a wood stand in their laundry room. A wire at the top doesn't move, and it doesn't seem to close. There are 2 of them. What are they? This is a Costa Rican pour-over coffee rig. This traditional coffee brewing method uses a fabric filter called a Corroded, which is held open by a wire frame. This filter assembly then hangs from a wooden stand. You place coffee grounds in the cloth filter and then slowly pour hot water over them. The brewed coffee drips through the filter and into a cup or pot placed underneath. The wooden stand simply holds the filter at the correct height over the cup. It's a simple, rustic, and very popular way to brew coffee in Costa Rica. This small, 3-inch long silver oblong tool has some thread looped in the inner center. It's marked Silver, maybe for German silver. It's not sharp. It was bought at an estate sale. What is this textile handicraft tool? This is a tatting shuttle. Tatting is a technique for handcrafting a particularly durable lace by constructing a series of knots and loops. The shuttle is the tool that holds a length of thread and is passed through loops to form the knots. German silver, or nickel silver, is a common silver-colored alloy used for making items like these. The center post is where the thread is wound, and the pointed ends are used to guide the shuttle through the work. It is a beautiful tool from a classic and intricate lace-making art form. This bronze brass thing is 1 inch long, 3 inch wide, and weighs 33 g. It was found on an old, rocky, stony road on a farm about 500 miles from a Roman road in Carmarthen, Wales. What is it? This is a drawer knob or drawer pull. It's a small decorative handle that would have been attached to the front of a drawer or a small cabinet door, allowing it to be pulled open. Its material, bronze or brass, and discovery location on an old road near a Roman road suggest it could be quite old, possibly from a piece of furniture that was discarded or fell apart long ago. It is a simple but common piece of antique furniture hardware. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit like and subscribe. Your support genuinely helps YouTube's algorithm find more curious explorers like you. Thank you for helping us grow. Stay curious. What is this fastener on a Nike ACG women's Gore-Tex 3-in-1 poncho? Nothing that came with the poncho seems to connect to it. The commenter can answer this. The 3-in-1 system should have come with a vest that is worn under the poncho. The vest has an extendable pocket, likely inside the left main pocket. This fastener on the exterior of the poncho is the attachment point for that extendable pocket from the vest. By connecting the vest's pocket to this exterior fastener, probably through an opening in the poncho, you can access the contents of your inner vest pocket easily without having to fully open or remove the outer poncho shell. It's a clever technical feature, typical of Nike's ACG, all conditions gear line. Found in a forest, while metal detecting, this is a hollow object with a ruler on one side, branded with the name of the famous ocean liner, RMS Aquitania. What is this souvenir or personal item? This is identified as a comb holder with a built-in ruler, likely a souvenir or an item sold in the barbershop or gift shop aboard the historic Cunard ocean liner RMS Aquitania, which sailed from 1914 to 1950. The hollow part would have held a man's pocket comb. The integrated ruler might have been a general-purpose novelty, or, as the commenter suggests, it could have been for military officers on board to measure details of their uniforms, hair length, etc., to ensure they were in compliance with regulations. It's a wonderful piece of ocean liner history. This plastic handle latches into something. The finder can't find any appliances that it would fit. It's 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall. A banana is used for scale. What is it? This looks an awful lot like the removable handle that came on the cutlery caddy for a GE dishwasher or a similar brand. The cutlery caddy, the basket that holds your forks and knives, is often removable from the main dishwasher rack. Some designs feature a large, detachable handle, like this one, to make it easy to lift the entire basket out of the dishwasher and carry it to a drawer for unloading. The latching mechanism would be where it clips onto the basket. This chunky black plastic alignment tool has 2 holes that are too large for most drill bits. It's been in an old toolbox for a decade. What is it for? That's for a MagnaClean. A MagnaClean is a magnetic filter that is installed on the pipework of a central heating boiler. It captures iron oxide sludge and debris from the circulating water, protecting the boiler and improving its efficiency. This plastic alignment tool is a jig that is used during the installation. The plumber would place it over the 2 pipes of the heating system to ensure they are the correct distance apart before cutting them to install the MagnaClean filter unit, guaranteeing a perfect fit for the valve assembly. Found in an old trash dumping spot in the woods, this 1 metal object has 5 spring-loaded slots and small squares of glass slides. What is it? This looks to me like what could be left from a very old toaster, specifically a flop-down or turnover style toaster from the early 20th century. These early electric toasters did not automatically pop up the toast. Instead, bread was placed in wire racks or slots on the sides of a central heating element. When one side was toasted, the user would manually open a spring-loaded door or flap, causing the toast to flip over so the other side could be toasted. The glass slides might have been insulators or viewing windows, though this is less common. It is the rusted-out skeleton of an early electrical appliance. This white, soft rubber silicone piece was found in a house. It has 2 raised pieces, and the larger piece has a hole through its lower portion. A penny is shown for size. The finder thinks it might have come out of a small refrigerator they have. What is this small, functional piece? The finder's intuition is likely correct. The commenter, who has a similar piece in their own fridge-freezer, confirms this. It sits on the ends of the drawer rails in the freezer or refrigerator. Its purpose is to act as a stop or a bumper for the drawer. It gives the drawer something to friction fit onto when it's fully closed, preventing it from sliding open too easily and ensuring a good seal. It also prevents the drawer from being pulled completely out of the appliance by accident. It's a small but important component of a refrigerator's drawer system. These black curved plastic ramps, a set of 2, were in the basement when the finder moved into their house. They wonder if they are for skateboarding or something similar. What are they? Yes, these are skateboard kicker ramps. These are small, portable ramps used by skateboarders, BMX riders, scooter riders, and inline skaters to practice tricks. They are called kicker ramps because their small, steep transition allows a rider to get a quick kick of air for doing ollies or other aerial maneuvers. They are often used in driveways, streets, or basements to create a small, personal skate spot. Being made of plastic makes them lightweight and easy to move around. Found in a bathroom, this metal pick is about 6 inches long and has a tiny scoop on the end. Is it for self-care? Yes, this is a podiatry or pedicure tool. It's an ingrown toenail sidewall cleaner, or a nail lifter. The tiny scoop or angled end is designed to be carefully inserted under the edge of a toenail, particularly along the sides, to pick out and remove dead skin, lint from socks, and other debris that can accumulate in the nail fold. For people prone to ingrown toenails, keeping this area clean is an important part of preventative care. It's a specialized tool for detailed nail hygiene. This red plastic thread with some sort of dropper in the tip was found in a walk-in closet. What is this precision application tool? The thread is actually a flexible needle or a microtip applicator. This tool is designed for dispensing small, precise amounts of liquids, oils, or adhesives into hard-to-reach locations. The main body would be a small, squeezable bottle, which is missing here, and this flexible needle tip would screw onto it. These are used by hobbyists for oiling small mechanisms in models or clocks, by crafters for applying glue with precision, or in electronics for applying flux or other fluids. The dropper-like shape at the very tip ensures a controlled flow. Found in a grandmother's stuff, this is a slightly transparent hard plastic thing with a small metal loop on the end. It's purple. At first, the finder thought it was a paper creaser, then a needle threader, but the metal thing is too big for that. What is it? The commenter has one. This is a folding tool that came with a photo kit from the 90s, likely one of those creative memories or similar scrapbooking or photo mounting kits. The main plastic part, which is like a bone folder, is indeed used for making crisp creases in paper or cardstock. The metal loop at the end might have been used for burnishing, rubbing, adhesive transfers, or perhaps for another specialized task within that specific photo crafting system. It's a multi-purpose tool from the world of traditional scrapbooking. This small black stone-like thing was found on a beach. It looks a bit like the top of a baby bottle. What is it? The best guess is that this is an old bottle stopper that has been worn down by the sand and waves. It's probably made of ebonite, not stone. Ebonite, also known as vulcanite, is a brand name for a type of very hard, vulcanized rubber that was invented in the mid-19th century. It was commonly used to make many items before the advent of modern plastics, including bottle stoppers, smoking pipe stems, and electrical insulators. After years of tumbling in the ocean, it would be worn smooth and could be mistaken for stone. This black-white plastic cylinder was found inside a Burger King soda cup. It's lightweight, and an inside piece rotates freely but is trapped inside. There is no text on it. What is this? It's the spout from the soda fountain. This is the nozzle part of the beverage dispenser from which the soda flows into the cup. They are designed to mix the syrup and carbonated water and to provide a smooth, non-splashing flow. They are removable for cleaning. This one has likely come loose and fallen into the finder's cup as it was being filled. The commenter notes that the restaurant staff will appreciate it if you give it back, as without it, the machine will just spray unmixed syrup and water everywhere. This is a plastic triangle thing with a triple ziplock, and it looks like it hangs around the neck. What is it for? This looks like a waterproof bag, designed for carrying small valuables, like a phone, keys, cash, or credit cards, to the beach, a pool, a water park, or when boating. The triple zip lock seal, often combined with a fold-over Velcro flap, is designed to create a watertight closure, protecting the contents from water damage. The lanyard or strap allows it to be worn securely around the neck or shoulder, keeping your valuables with you and safe while you are in or near the water. This small, solid, pointy tool has a stiff rubber cover. It's 4 centimeters long and was found at the bottom of a race stage, suggesting a connection to mountain bikes. What is it? While it was found at a bike race, this looks like a Dremel bit. A Dremel is a popular brand of handheld rotary tool, and they come with a huge variety of small, interchangeable bits for grinding, cutting, polishing, and engraving. This looks like a grinding or engraving bit, with a specific shape for detailed work. The stiff rubber cover would just be a protective cap for the sharp tip. A bike mechanic might have one in their toolbox for custom work or small repairs, which could explain how it ended up at a race. This steel object, about 16 inches long, is a construction-related item. Google says it's a Simpson product, but the finder can't find this specific design in their catalog. What is it? This is a hurricane tie, also known as a seismic anchor or a foundation strap. It's not a Simpson one, but a similar design from a different manufacturer. This is a critical piece of structural hardware used in areas prone to hurricanes or earthquakes. The angled L-shaped end of the tie is embedded into the wet concrete of the building's foundation when it is poured. The long, flat part with the nail holes then extends up and is securely nailed to the wooden framing, the sill plate of the wall. This creates a strong, continuous connection that anchors the wood structure of the house firmly to the concrete foundation, preventing it from being lifted off or sliding off during high winds or an earthquake. A square plastic thing is glued to the bathroom wall next to a sink by the previous owner. What is it? It's the wall mounting bracket for a toilet brush holder. Many modern bathroom accessory sets include a toilet brush that comes with a holder or caddy. Some of these are designed to be wall-mounted to keep them off the floor, which makes cleaning the floor easier. This square plastic piece would be glued or screwed to the wall, and the toilet brush holder itself would then slide or clip onto this bracket. The previous owner likely took the brush and holder with them when they moved, leaving only the glued-on bracket behind. Donated to a charity shop along with foreign currency, this is a brown, small piece of leathery paper, about 1 inch long. The finder is unsure of its origin or value. What is it? The text on this small paper chit indicates it is a 0.05 franc voucher from the Bureau de Bienfaisance, which translates to the Charity or Welfare Office. This is likely a form of scrip or a token that was issued by a charitable organization, probably in France or another French-speaking country, that could be redeemed for goods or services of a certain value, 5 centimes. It is a piece of social history, but its current value to collectors is likely minimal, unless it is particularly rare or from a notable institution. This roundish pink and black device was seen in a photo taken in 2012. It's tiny, has a wrist strap, and a black screen on the top half. The finder feels like it's a camcorder, but can't remember. What is it? This is an MP3 player. In the era just before smartphones completely took over, there was a huge variety of small, portable MP3 players in all sorts of shapes and sizes. This one, with its small screen for displaying track information, its pink and black color scheme, and a wrist strap for portability, is a classic example of a personal music device from the early 2010s. The small, roundish shape was a common design for these compact and often fashion-oriented gadgets. Found in a drawer, this is a bag of probably steel, fairly weighty parts. The embossed number on them seems to correspond to an angle. What are these medical hardware pieces? These are flexion and extension stops for a DonJoy functional knee brace. DonJoy is a major manufacturer of orthopedic braces. After knee surgery, like an ACL reconstruction, or a serious knee injury, a patient is often prescribed a hinged knee brace. These small, precisely angled metal or plastic stops are inserted into the hinge mechanism of the brace by a doctor or physical therapist. They are used to control the brace's range of motion, preventing the knee from bending, flexion, or straightening, extension, past a specific safe angle during the recovery process. This gray rectangle with rounded edges is on a pole secured to the chimney on the roof of a house in France. The finder guesses it's an aerial. What kind? This is a directional panel antenna. It's most likely for a Wi-Fi system or a cellular booster. Unlike an omnidirectional antenna that sends and receives signals in all directions, a panel antenna focuses the signal in a specific direction. This would be used to create a point-to-point wireless link, perhaps sending an internet connection to another building on the property, or to connect to a distant cell tower. The antenna would be aimed precisely at the target tower to get a much stronger and more reliable signal for a cellular booster system, which is very common in rural areas with weak cell service. This box is full of switches, lights, and a phone dial. There are holes on each side. The finder is thinking of cleaning it up and using it as a side table. What was it used for? This is probably DIY testing or maintenance equipment for analog telephony. In the days of landlines and complex analog phone systems, technicians and maintenance staff sometimes built their own custom testing equipment when off-the-shelf devices couldn't meet their specific needs. This box, with its collection of switches, indicator lights, and a rotary phone dial, was likely a one-of-a-kind device used to test circuits, simulate calls, and diagnose problems in an old phone system. It's useless now for its original purpose, but as the commenter says, it looks cool and would make a great conversation piece. This thin plastic material has a printed design of a club audience, musicians, or dancers. It's about 4'1 inches. What is it? Given its size, thinness, and decorative print, this is almost certainly a bookmark. The design, depicting a lively scene of a club or performance, would be a fun and fitting theme for a bookmark used in a book about music, dance, or nightlife. Many companies, bookstores, or even events produce promotional bookmarks like this as an inexpensive giveaway item. Its simple rectangular shape is classic for this purpose. This metal plier tightener thing was found buried in the backyard of a house from 1940 in Southwest Virginia. It's about 6 inches top to bottom. What is this vintage tool? This is a battery cable puller. In older cars, the battery terminals that clamped onto the lead posts of the battery could become severely corroded and seized on. This specialized tool was designed to safely remove them. The jaws of the puller would be placed under the terminal, and by tightening the screw on the tool, it would pull the terminal straight up and off the battery post, without damaging the post or the battery casing, which could happen if you tried to pry it off with a screwdriver. A helicopter is seen carrying a device near a 150-acre marshland and forest preserve in Illinois. What is it doing? Yep, that's mosquito spraying. The device carried by the helicopter is a spraying system, likely consisting of a tank to hold the insecticide, larvicide, and a boom with nozzles to disperse it as a fine mist. Local mosquito abatement districts often use helicopters or airplanes for aerial spraying, especially to control mosquito populations in large, inaccessible areas like marshes, wetlands, and forest preserves where mosquitoes breed. This is a common public health measure to reduce the nuisance of mosquitoes and the risk of mosquito-borne diseases. Found at a Goodwill, this is a small wooden storage unit, 9.7 inches, with little shelves that slide in and out. It's not very heavy. What is this specific storage organizer for? This is identified as a Totally Tiffany desk-made pen and ink palace. Totally Tiffany is a brand that makes a wide range of organizational products specifically for crafters. The pen and ink palace is a desktop organizer designed to hold crafting supplies like ink pads, markers, pens, and other small tools. The sliding shelves provide easy access to the items stored inside. It's a purpose-built piece of furniture for a craft room designed to keep a crafter's supplies neat and accessible. This drain-type thing has a pipe that is always draining into the storm sewer. The finder thinks it's to alleviate groundwater to avoid sinkholes. What is it? The commenter's guess, after suggesting checking Google Street View for older images, is that this was a hydrant or a water sampling station that was hit by a vehicle and damaged. The valve inside is just not all the way shut, which is causing the constant draining. A water sampling station is a small, designated access point to a water main where utility workers can draw samples to test the water quality. A constant flow like this indicates a fault or damage that needs to be reported to the local water utility. This clear plexiglass screen with two sharp metal stakes was in the garage of a house the finder moved into. It looks like one of those screens a business would use earlier in the COVID pandemic, but not quite. What is it? The commenter agrees with the finder's first instinct, but notes that it is definitely homemade, not factory-made. The metal on the edge is identified as tile trim edging. This was likely a DIY sneeze guard or protection screen created by the previous homeowner during the COVID-19 pandemic. The sharp metal stakes are the unusual part. Perhaps they were intended to be stuck into the ground for an outdoor gathering or into a large planter to create a temporary barrier between people. Its true, specific purpose may only be known to the person who made it. Found while digging, this is around the size and shape of a 9V battery. What is it? Brother, I think that's a 9V battery. As the commenter points out, if you look closely at the corroded remains, you can often see the faint outlines of the 6 small 1.5-volt Iota-like cells that are packed inside the outer casing of a standard 9-volt battery to sum to a total of 9 volts. Over many years of being buried in the ground, the outer metal jacket can rust away, sometimes leaving the internal cell structure visible. It is simply a very old and heavily corroded battery. This is a still from the 1996 documentary Paradise Lost. A news photographer in the courtroom has this gold-colored frame-like thing around his camera body. The finder, a reporter at that time, doesn't remember seeing anything like that. What is it? This is a homemade blimp. In environments where sound is critical, like a movie set or a quiet courtroom, the sound of a still camera's shutter and mirror slap can be very disruptive. A blimp is a sound-dampening enclosure that the camera is placed inside. Commercial blimps were very expensive, so there were many DIY plans available for photographers to make their own out of materials like foam, metal, and fabric. This customizability also meant they could be tailored to a specific camera and lens setup. This is a great example of a photojournalist's ingenuity from the film era. A finder discovered 5 to 6 of these small white balls in their bed. They were really hard, but when crushed, they released some kind of liquid. What are they? These might be sphinx moth eggs. Sphinx moths, also known as hawk moths, are a family of large, powerful flying moths. Their eggs are typically spherical or slightly oval and can be pale green or whitish. It is possible a moth got into the house and laid her eggs on a fabric surface in the bed. The hard shell and liquid inside are characteristic of many insect eggs. While it's hard to be 100% certain without a clear picture, this is a plausible explanation for the mysterious, crushable white balls. This rectangular polarized plug is in a house from 1950. What is it? This is likely an old antenna connection. Before cable or satellite TV, homes received television and radio signals via an antenna, which was often mounted on the roof. The signal from the antenna was then brought into the house via a special type of flat cable called twin-lead, or 300-ohm cable. This wall plate, with its 2 polarized connection points, would have been the outlet where you would connect this twin-lead cable from your television set to the main antenna line, a precursor to the modern round coaxial cable jacks. This metal object with wheels looks like a dolly, but for something specific. It was found buried in a shed. What is it for? This is a motorbike paddock stand. It is a tool used to lift either the rear or front wheel of a motorcycle off the floor. This is essential for performing maintenance tasks, like cleaning the chain, changing a tire, or doing brake work. This particular one, fitted with L brackets, is a universal type that lifts the bike by the swing arm. Track day riders also use them for fitting tire warmers. It's a must-have piece of equipment for any motorcycle enthusiast who works on their own bike. This circular metal structure, probably 30 feet across, is in an industrial part of the Oakland, CA Marina. There are some submerged metal fence-like things outside of this 3/4 circle. What is it? That's the Wave Oculus Public Fishing Pier. It is a piece of public art and a functional fishing pier designed by artist Scott Oliver and installed in 2018 at the Middle Harbor Shoreline Park in Oakland. The structure is designed to look like a crashing wave and provides a unique architectural feature for the park, as well as a designated spot for people to fish in the bay. The submerged fence-like things are likely part of its foundation or are an unrelated feature of the marina. These are little tinfoil cups, just over an inch in diameter, with a little handle. There were 50 to 100 of them littering the ground. What are they for? This looks like the materials that are given out at safe injection sites or through harm reduction programs. These small, sterile foil cups, or cookers, are used by individuals who inject drugs. They use the cup to heat and liquefy the drugs, often with a small amount of water or citric acid, before drawing the solution into a syringe. Their presence in large numbers littering the ground is a sign of public drug use in the area and is a serious public health and safety concern. If you love uncovering strange and mysterious objects, hit that like button and subscribe. Stay curious. More finds coming soon.